right, so I'm here with Amir from SuperGiant Games. We're talking about Pyre. So Pyre was here last year, so I'm just curious, how much did the game has kind of changed for the last year?
Yeah, so we made a lot more of it, but what we're showing here today at PAX is the beginning of the single-player campaign. And then we also, for the first time at PAX, are showing our new Versus mode, where two players can play on the same PlayStation or on the same PC against each other. And so the Versus mode basically takes the battle system from the campaign, which is a series of mystical competitions, and allows you to use the characters from the campaign and play against your friend.
So the actual game structure is exactly the same in the campaign and in the...
No, so in the campaign, you lead a group of exiles to freedom, and you go with this group through a long journey where you'll meet other exiles and try and help secure their liberation from the downside, this place they've been exiled to. So that's a whole rich narrative component that we have, that we've been building ever since we revealed the game at PAX last year, at PAX East. The Versus mode is just the head-to-head experience of just the rights themselves. So you lead a group of three against your friend who's leading a group of three, and you try and resolve it one right at a time across all the game's many different sort of sites where you can conduct these rituals.
I mean, I know it's kind of early, but in the first couple of hours of this convention, what have you kind of noticed that people gravitate towards in terms of the multiplayer?
Oh, yeah. So for us, it's just interesting watching people pick up and learn it, right? So, our single-player experiences, we make a lot of effort to sort of ease you into the experience, to give you a sense of the atmosphere, and to make sure you understand the mechanics slowly over time, so that you can have some mastery over them, and you can really enjoy it at that level. In multiplayer, you're dropped in against your friend, and you kind of have to learn as you go. And so for us, it's been awesome watching the sort of social experience of people playing against each other, people teaching each other tricks that they pick up on. Usually first they use the trick, then they teach the trick. And then even for us, our games have been these single-player experiences, which is awesome, but it's great for us to be able to share the experience with a fan and actually sit down and play against them. We have a winner's stay station here where players are trying to go as long as they can against however many people want to play against them for prizes, and at the end we often try and play against them to see how good they are, and you can tell in the first 30 seconds if you're playing against someone better than you, which is pretty humbling because we've been playing this game for years now.
You made this.
Yeah, and we made it, and we should be better than that, but certainly we've been beaten before. So
overall, it's a good thing. You don't want people to just
it
came in
shows
and steamrolled them.
Yeah, absolutely, and
build confidence.
Yeah, build confidence, and even for a lot of people, it's cool that the game has a skill cap where people who are just really good at games can come in here and start to master it very quickly.
So because there is a rich narrative built around the actual game, the competition.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, narratively, the stakes are different based on because you're going through the game. So, does the actual campaign change if you win? Like, if you lose a battle?
Oh, yeah.
That creates another path through the story.
Oh, yeah. So for sure, that changes. For us, one of the most interesting aspects of Pyre was being able to make a game where you don't have to prevail in every right. And you would keep going and see what happens if you don't.
Okay. And so there are some where you'll kind of have to win, but others maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. So for us, it's you learn in life, right? You learn a lot, just as much, if not more, from defeat as you do from victory. And so we're interested in that concept and in having it in one of our games. In a lot of games, when you lose, you just sort of bloat. But we wanted an experience where if you don't, you would be able to keep playing. For us, it's been a really challenging design issue, but it's also been really sort of rewarding to have a game that's tolerant of setbacks, and that actually has a lot of support for people who may drop some of these rights. They may not go their way, and to have a game that supports that, and to have a set of characters who are trying to deal with that when it does happen.
Is there a leveling component for either the campaign or multiplayer?
Yeah, in the campaign, basically, you are able to level up your exiles and equip them as they go through and participate in these competitions. So that's a really important part of it. It's a party-based RPG, so who you actually choose to play with and in what way you choose to specialize them is a big expressive part of the whole game.
Okay.
And then in the multiplayer, there is the ability also to sort of see some of those specialized versions of those characters.
But you can't like bring your same character in and.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So there isn't the ability to bring your characters across in that way, but they are the same characters. So the model for us is games like StarCraft or Command and Conquer, where you would play the campaign first because you like really wanted to see what the story was about before you took those units into multiplayer. Mm-hmm. And for us, we want you to get close to this group of exiles, understand them, understand both what they are as characters and how they play, so that you can kind of transition those skills if you want to sort of extend that experience into multiplayer.
And the multiplayer is local only?
Yeah, so we're still interested in an online thing, but we think the game really shines as a local experience when you're together on the same place, and we're interested in getting that right first. We're like a small team, and so we have to sort of focus on a particular set of design or engineering or art problems that we want to focus on, and we've chosen to focus on that as a primary thing right for now.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
My last question would be, is there some aesthetic customization that you can apply to your characters?
We're not sure yet, is the answer to that. Yeah, we over the course of the campaign, you encounter lots of different characters who have their own aesthetics, and so we're still trying to figure out what, if anything, might be appropriate for the multiplayer component as well.
I asked that because, Link has a Switch T-shirt for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, he does.
I'm kidding. I kind of feel like having a PlayStation 4 T-shirt might be a little out of place, but, I can't tell you how to make your game.
Yeah, no, I think for us, if we did do something, we'd want it to feel in-world and to feel like it's a part of the same universe. That, to us, is the more appealing aspect, that it feels like an extension of the single-player game and not like its own thing that doesn't have to follow any rules and could be a part of our own reality today.
Okay. Thank you, Amir. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
One more question. I forgot.
No, it's totally fine.
Release window?
Yeah. So it's coming out this year, and so we're really excited. Really excited for that. We don't know exactly when, and if I knew, I would just say. But but we're still figuring that out. But we're excited that we're close enough to the end to know that it's definitely coming out this year.
Okay. And PlayStation 4 is the only SKU for right now.
Yeah, it's going to be on Steam and PlayStation 4.
Oh, Steam! I didn't realize it was going to be on Steam.
Yes, it's going to be Steam on PlayStation 4 at launch.
So should I be holding my breath for a Wii U release?
So right now our focus is on the launch on Steam and PlayStation 4, but after that anything is possible.
Maybe not that one, but sure.
Anything is possible.
Amir said anything, he means anything.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amir.
Yeah, of course.